All right, guys, it is coming up on 9 p.m. and I want to jump on here. This is meteorologist Stephen Ray and let you guys know that Pickens County, including Reform, Gordo, and Pickensville, are now underneath a brand new tornado warning, and this is just off to the west of Tuscaloosa County. So this is a active tornado warning that we currently have over here in Pickens County for Reform. This is for Gordo. This is north of Aliceville, and this does include the areas within and around the Pickensville area for a radar indicated tornado. And let me go on ahead now that I've got everything situated and show you that this is a radar indicated rotation. Now, if you are in Pickensville, if you are in Carrollton, you need to go on ahead and be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor near the center and away from windows because this thing is packing quite the punch. And this is an active tornado warning that includes Pickensville, Carrollton, Gordo, and Reform over here in West Alabama. So there, of course, is your line of severe storms that stretches from Fayette all the way down to the Aliceville area. And this is along a long line of severe storms. And there, of course, is your possible tornado that is to the northwest of Carrollton, moving in the direction of Gordo, and then it will move into the area of Coker and Northport if it holds together. So once again, this is meteorologist Stephen Ray, and there is your active tornado warning right there for the storm that is just off towards the northeast of Pickensville, north of Carrollton, and southwest of the Reform area. And there it is. There is the city of downtown Tuscaloosa, and I can actually put a degree distance on this, and this is 32 miles off to the west of Tuscaloosa. And as you can see, this is moving towards the Tuscaloosa area. And once again, this is a tornado warning that is actually right now for Pickens County, Alabama. Basically, if you were in between Reform and Aliceville, it is going to cross in between you guys right smack dab onto Carrollton, Alabama. And once again, this is going to move towards the area of Tuscaloosa. You guys will have to deal with this eventually. It is very, 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 very tight couplet right there. Coming out of Pickensville, moving into Carrollton, and there are a couple of cameras that are in Reform and Gordo. And when this gets closer to Gordo, we will be going over to the camera view right now. But once again, this is an active tornado warning that is in effect for Pickens County in West Alabama. So let's see if the Weather Service has not. All right, so here is the official warning from the National Weather Service. This is capable of producing a tornado near Pickensville, moving east at 40 miles per hour. So there are no updates from the Weather Service right now other than it is a radar confirmed tornado. So there's no sight that this thing is on the ground just yet. However, if you are down here towards the Carrollton area or near the 17 corridor, I want you in your safe place. Basically, anyone from Reform all the way down to Aliceville, you need to be in your safe place right now, and then moving over towards the Gordo area as well along the 82 corridor. I think this is going to stay just south of the Reform, Alabama area, but I do want you in your safe place just in case this thing were to skirt a little bit north of Reform. And once again, I do need to mention that this one storm did produce an actual tornado that was on the ground on the other side of the state line in Mississippi, over in Brooksville, Mississippi, about 30 minutes ago. So this thing is continuing on towards the Alabama area, and there was a confirmed tornado with the storm when it crossed over the Brooksville area and crossed over into Alabama and Pickensville. So this thing is really packing a punch, and this is going to be north of Carrollton, in between Reform and Carrollton. Now, let me go ahead and show you that you've got two areas of rotation. You've got one on the northern side of Carrollton and one just close to downtown Carrollton right there. You've got two areas of rotation, and both of these are moving off towards the off to the east towards the Gordo area. And if you are watching over in Coker or the Sipsey Valley area, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now, especially if you were over here towards the Bostic area, the Nolan area, the Kirk area, or if you were over here towards Gordo. You need to be in your safe place right now. And that is the lowest floor of your home, near the center and away from windows. And unfortunately, if you do live in a mobile home, now is the time to get out of the mobile home and go to a sturdier shelter, especially if you guys are in the Gordo area, or if you are in the Buell area, or even into the Coker, Alabama area. Now, I do believe that this is going to be north of Foster's, and I think this is going to be north of Ralph, but I wanted to include you guys in this on social media so that you guys can know that this is going to be an active tornado warning that is sitting here for Pickens County for another 45 minutes, and this thing is right over Carrollton as we speak. And let me see if there are any cameras in Carrollton. Let's see. Okay, so unfortunately, there is no camera from AlDOT there in Carrollton. However, there is going to be one in Gordo. So we will. Okay, so we have a confirmed tornado that was located on the ground near Carrollton. All right, so this is a very serious situation, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a confirmed tornado that is on the ground. So let's go back over here to the radar, and this is a confirmed tornado. So if you were in Gordo, or if you were over here in Coker, go ahead and be in your safe place, and there it is. There is your confirmed tornado that is near the Owens area, also south of Reform. So this is a confirmed tornado that is on the ground north of Carrollton, moving towards the Gordo, Alabama area right now. You need to be going ahead and be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home, near the center, and of course away from windows, because this is a confirmed tornado that is on the ground right now. And I do want to mention that this is for the state of Alabama, in the area of Reform and Gordo, Alabama. So if you were in Gordo, this is a confirmed tornado that is on the ground right now. It is located near Carrollton, moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. Gordo, Reform, Carrollton, Owens, Kirk. the North Pickens County Airport, and Lubbock. So those are the areas of concern. This is an observed tornado that is on the ground right now. And if you are in Reform, this is going to be a little bit south of you. And if you were in Gordo, it does look like that this thing is going to smack you right in the face as it is moving towards Gordo right now. So this thing is also moving towards Coker, Elrod, and Buell right now, also towards the Northport area as well. So you need to go ahead and be in your safe place or getting ready to go to your safe place in Coker and Buell, basically Lake Lurleen, just in case the Weather Service extends this into Tuscaloosa County. And this is basically looking like it is going to be a northern Tuscaloosa County storm. North of the city of Tuscaloosa, maybe towards Northport, but we will get to that here in just a minute as this thing is coming over the 86 corridor right now. If you were in Bostic, which is over in Pickens County, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home, near the center and away from windows. This thing is doing damage as we speak. And this thing is on the ground, and it is crossing the Highway 17 corridor in between Reform and Carrollton right now. So there, of course, there it was. And it is a brief spin-up tornado, but we still need to be in your safe place right now. This is just off to the west of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is meteorologist Stephen Ray, and you are watching tornado coverage of a confirmed tornado that is on the ground, that is observed right now crossing the 17 corridor near the Stansel and Owens area in Pickens County in West Alabama. So this is where it is located. There is Tuscaloosa, there is Birmingham, and this, of course, is going to be just off to the south of Reform. And so what is left of your tornado is going to be extending just off towards the east of the 17 corridor, and it is moving towards the Bell and Bostic area, basically paralleling just north of the 86 corridor, which runs from Carrollton over to the area of Gordo in West Alabama into the area of Pickens County. So once again, we've got a confirmed tornado that is on the ground moving from Carrollton over towards Gordo near the Stencil and Owens area, just crossing the 17 corridor. And if you guys are on the Highway 82 corridor, nobody should be driving between Reform and the Tuscaloosa County line. Okay. Okay, so the Weather Service is posting a significant weather alert for the northernmost portion of this line, which is going to be north of this. For this up here that's coming through the Fayette area. But I do want to stress that this is a confirmed tornado that is observed on the ground that has just crossed the 17 corridor. And if you were in Tuscaloosa County, I would go ahead and prepare for the Weather Service to possibly issue you underneath the tornado warning here very, very soon as well. And your correlation coefficient, what is left of the tornado, is going to be just off to the east of the Stencil community, which is on the 17 corridor in between Carrollton and Owens, Alabama. And there it goes. There is still signs of a tornado that could potentially be on the ground moving towards the Gordo area. And if it stays on that track, there is a ALDOT camera that is in Gordo, and we should be able to see that here momentarily. And I'm going to get the camera ready just in case. Ooh. Okay, scratch that. We are not going to use that because that is awful quality. They must be having issues with that camera over there, so we are not going to be using that camera. No, there is no chance of any tornadoes. There's no chance of any tornadoes in Tennessee tonight. So that question came in off of Twitter. I'm sorry, TikTok. Okay, so let's go back over here to the radar. And we've got a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado that is observed, that is moving into the Gordo area. And let's go back to correlation coefficient. And that is what is left of your debris signature, which is going to be sitting near the Brown Chapel Road area or County Road 92 in Pickens County, south of Bale and north of Bostic. And there it goes. So there again, of course, is what's left of your debris signature, which is going to be in between the Reform and Gordo area moving towards Fairview. So there, of course, is what's left of your debris signature. And I would venture to say that that is probably going to be limbs and trees and twigs and sticks that is being lofted by the tornado, that is being bounced off of the radar beam and put back as those colors right there, because that is what the radar allows you to do. It bounces off of different objects like twigs, branches, tree limbs, bark. Unfortunately, if it's over a densely populated area, it is also parts of houses if it went over anybody's home. And so that is what the radar is bringing back, is radar signatures like that to let us know that there is debris signatures in between Reform and Gordo with a tornado on the ground in western Alabama into Pickens County. And this is coming up on the Tuscaloosa County line. And I do note that the Weather Service just canceled this tornado warning. All right, so that's odd. Okay, so tornado warning BMX, tornado warning has been canceled for Pickens. All right, so the Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning for Pickens County. But with this thing being so close to Tuscaloosa, and this thing just did drop a tornado, I'm going to stay here for about another 30 minutes and make sure this thing doesn't wrap back up. So I'm going to stay here. There are no active tornado warnings left in Pickens County, but I want to make darn sure that this thing does not wrap back up before we go off of here. So this thing is coming into Gordo. The tornado warning, I do want to let you know, is allowed to expire, but I'm going to hold it here just for a minute, just to see if this thing does come back up as it pushes into Tuscaloosa County, because this thing is really close to Tuscaloosa County. I can actually, all right, there's the county line, and there was your couplet. So it's about 5 miles to the west of the county line. So I'm going to keep it here just to see if this thing ramps back up. We've got another hot spot up here between Fayette and Berry, north of Tuscaloosa, crossing the 43 corridor. Strong damaging winds and strong and significant winds are about to come into Morse Bridge, and also County Road 35 up 171 as you are crossing into Tuscaloosa County from Fayette County. And then, of course, what is left of our actual tornado couplet is sitting right here in between Carrollton and Gordo right now, right here, just off to the west of the Tuscaloosa Pickens County line, which is right there. And there, of course, is Coker. There's the regional airport from Tuscaloosa. There's Northport, and there's Tuscaloosa. So once again, I do want to let you know that the Weather Service in Birmingham canceled the tornado warning for Pickens County, but since it did drop a tornado so quickly ago, I'm going to keep it right here just for a little bit longer because this thing is knocking on the door of our county here of Tuscaloosa. So once again, there is your strong line of storms that has come on through Haleyville, and it stretches from Haleyville all the way down to just east of Fayette, and then stretching down here towards the Aliceville, Gordo area. And then you've got another batch of this down here south of Macon and off to the east of the Philadelphia, Mississippi area. And then, of course, we've got 2 other tornado warnings that are down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi near Taylorsville, Bay Springs, and Collins, Mississippi. So let's see what Birmingham just said. So they are issuing a significant weather alert for northwestern Tuscaloosa County through 10 p.m. So significant weather alert, but this thing just did drop a tornado over in Pickens County. So I'm going to stay here just for a minute because I don't want this thing to ramp back up without you guys knowing it. So I do want to stress that there are no active tornado warnings right now. No active tornado warnings in the state of Alabama, but one just was canceled that had a tornado warning on it over in Pickens County. So that, of course, is what's going on in North Alabama. We've also got other storms in progress that are down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi, north of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, for Taylorsville and Bay Springs, Mississippi. But the reason that I'm here is because the Weather Service just expired a tornado warning for Pickens County that did drop an observed tornado in between Carrollton and Gordo. And what's left of your couplet is going to be sitting here south of Gordo right now, moving towards the Tuscaloosa area and Tuscaloosa County. And for those of you on TikTok that are curious about snow, I'm not talking about snow because this is on the southern end of the storm. This is the severe weather portion of the storm of concern. Up to the north, Kentucky right now is getting absolutely hammered with a winter storm and a ice storm up there. and there are multiple areas of winter weather stretching from St. Louis all the way over to West Virginia. However, this is on the southern extent of this, and I'm focusing on the severe weather and the tornado potential of this for the deep south. And we just had a tornado warning expire for Pickens County that did drop a confirmed tornado over here towards the Owens area and the Stencil area. And so this is pushing into Tuscaloosa County right now. It is really close to the county line. And I do want to let you know, I do want to stress that there are no active tornado warnings for Tuscaloosa County. But once again, with this thing being so close, I did want to go on ahead and stay here for just a few more minutes to make sure that this thing calmed down and didn't try to ramp back up. I do note that there are a few hot spots up here in northern Tuscaloosa County. Once you get north of Samantha along the 43 corridor, you've got strong damaging winds and strong straight line winds that are coming in here. About to cross north of Moore's Bridge up here towards the Wyndham Springs area. And this is going to be moving in this general vicinity right now. It will cross 43 in a matter of minutes, and then it will also cross the area of 69 here within just a little bit. We've also got other storms in progress with this line coming into and in between Fayette and Jasper, coming through Berry right now, coming into Oakman. And then, of course, it stretches down to Gordo and just off towards the east of Aliceville, Alabama. So once again, there is your nasty line of storms that are moving into Tuscaloosa County as we speak. We just got out of a tornado warning that had a confirmed tornado with it over near Carrollton and Owens and Stencil along the 17 corridor. So that's why I'm still here, to make sure that this thing does not ramp back up for the potential of an isolated tornado in Tuscaloosa County. Now, if you are in Tuscaloosa County, moderate to heavy rain is about to start falling into Coker, into Buell, into Tuscaloosa, into downtown Northport, also near the Holt area and Alberta City. And then, of course, you've got your strong to just a few minutes ago, severe storms that are coming out of Pickens and into Tuscaloosa counties. And this, of course, is going to be sitting right on the state line, what's left of the couplet. And the good news is right now, I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that this thing is trying to ramp back up. However, we are seeing a lot of wind that is coming through northern Tuscaloosa County, near the Fayette-Tuscaloosa County line, about to cross over the 43 corridor right now in between Fayette, Berry, and the Tuscaloosa County line. Up here towards the 43 corridor, Gorgas, and New Lexington. These are the areas that are going to see the strongest winds coming through right now. Also near the Berry community, stretching over to the Mulberry Fork Wildlife Management Area. So this, of course, is going to be the area of most concern right now. Let me look at this from the Birmingham perspective as well. And once again, there is your intense line of wind that they continue to warn for. That is along the squall line that is slowly making its way into Tuscaloosa County. And about 15 minutes ago, there was a confirmed tornado that crossed over the area of Owens and Stencil, Alabama, along the 17 corridor in Pickens County. And it went from Stencil and the Owens area over towards the Bale community. And because of that, with it being so close to the state line and so close to Tuscaloosa, I wanted to stay on just a little bit longer and make sure that these storms are in a weakening phase and are not doing any kind of revamping. And the good news is, I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that this thing is revamping and ramping back up. So that is the good news. As this thing, as it pushes on into Tuscaloosa County, it does look like that it is trying to weaken the further south you go, which is really, really good. So if that trend holds together, I will probably sign off here in about 5 minutes from now. But once again, we've got no storms right now in Bibb County. And I don't think there's going to be anybody for those asking about Bibb County. You're going to start to see some heavy rain, moderate to heavy rain come in about an hour from now. But I think the biggest tornado threat is going to be now down in South Mississippi. And I can show you that, which is going to be down here near Quitman, Mississippi, north of Hattiesburg. So we've got multiple areas of rotation down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi. I will briefly show you that, then I'll go back north. This is north of Hattiesburg. You've got one area of rotation right there, and you've got another area near Bay Springs. So that is for the southernmost portion of this line of storms. And now let's go back to the north. And guys, the good news is I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that this is ramping back up. This is actually continuing to weaken as it has moved into Tuscaloosa County. And you can watch it progress as it comes across Pickens County. It continues to weaken as it moves towards Tuscaloosa. So that is good news. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off here for the rest of the evening, unless, of course, another tornado warning pops back up, which I do not expect it to, because I think this is going to be now mostly a severe thunder. I think this is basically going to be a heavy rain event now. You may be experiencing a little bit of small hail over towards the Ecola and Shirley area, as this is going to be the most intense line of this storm near Shirley and Ecola, moving in between Montgomery Lakes and the 171 corridor. And then, of course, it will get over here towards the area of Rising Tide and the Bachelor subdivision. That is going to be the strongest storm on the board right here north and just off to the I guess you would say southwest of 171 near Ecola and Shirley. And this is going to be north of Foster's, north of Ralph. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. And I'm going to sign off now because this storm is continuing to weaken as they move into Tuscaloosa County. Just note that a period of heavier storms will be moving through the Northport and Tuscaloosa areas within the next 30 to 45 minutes, and then everything will be out of the way. And then, of course, behind this, let me show you this. Ooh, Okay, so you can see that Tuscaloosa has warmed up to 64, and back in Oxford, Mississippi, it is 46. In Memphis, Tennessee, it is 40 degrees, and back into Arkansas, it is brutally cold. As you can see back here in Batesville, Arkansas, it is 35, and then Fayetteville is 21 degrees right now. So temperatures are going to be falling throughout the remainder of the evening and overnight tonight, as it is 64 degrees right now in Tuscaloosa and 43 up in Memphis. It is already back into the 50s and 40s in Northwest Mississippi. And so there's going to be a lot of frigid air that is going to be moving into the West Alabama area for the remainder of the upcoming week. We could have a little bit of winter weather mischief, if I could speak correctly, later on this week towards the Thursday and Friday time frame. But for right now, it is going to be rain, 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 and then really cooling down overnight and into the day tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. Stay cool and dry out there, as it is 64 degrees right now, and then temperatures will drop through the overnight hours and be close to 34 by the time we wake up in the morning. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening, and I am about to sign off here on social media. Thank you guys for watching this extended tornado coverage for West Alabama.